All right, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you might be all over the world. It is the Dictate the Game podcast. I am Eric St. Peter, your host. We're a little bit late on the stream today. I apologize for that because we are waiting for people who are tardy to the podcast, Dom. Good morning, Dom.
Good morning. Yeah, even I was a bit late.
You're a little bit tardy, yes.
I was a little bit, but I'm not as bad as some people.
No. Right now it's me and Dom on the podcast, which is fine. I don't mind doing that.
That's the best two on the podcast, right?
Yeah. I mean, I think that as long as we have me and Dom, we'll be all right.
We'll be fine.
But it would be nice for other people to come on. That's all I'm saying. It would be nice for other people to come on because it's a big week. It's a big week to Dictate the Game.
Oh, it's been a nightmare, hasn't it?
Has it been a nightmare?
No, it's been really good. It's been really good. It's just we've had 2 articles go up on Wednesday and Friday on the new site, and we've had problems with both of them, whether it's publishing issues or scheduling issues or analytics, or it's just once it's sorted, it'll be fine. I know that, but it's just getting to the point where it's fine, and I can go. Okay.
To the consumer of the website, though.
It's fine. I love the new website.
We have a beautiful new website that we're looking at right now. So this is the big announcement that we weren't able to talk about last week, and that we were saying, okay, well, it's definitely going to be coming up on Monday, but we can't talk about it. It's super secret. Luke almost gave away a little bit of it when he was talking about merchandise at the end, but I was hoping that people wouldn't catch that. I was trying to get him to be quiet, but he wasn't quite having it. But anyway. This is the new website right here at Dictate the Game. So this is something that we've been working on, all of us really, but really Ryan Brown has been working on it the absolute most, I would imagine, right? I mean, I know you've been working on it. I don't want to make you upset. I don't want to slight anybody. But
No. It's definitely Ryan's been doing a lot of work on it. Fair play to him, because it's an absolute trying to set up a website for someone who has not really much understanding of how to work out websites is a really, really horrible job to do.
Yes. I can imagine.
Yeah. So fair play to him for sorting it all out. And the new there's a really good sense of producing quality content. There's a lot of stuff in the new website for us which kind of says this is a really good article, or this needs some improvements on the actual structure of the writing, which is really good for us because then we can learn to further our ability to write, which is quite a nice thing because obviously we are writers, we do enjoy it and we want to get better at it. So, I want to get better at it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a very good writer, and I find the new analytics to be a pain in my ass, but only because it makes me, it forces you to be a better writer. So it's good. So everything's going to be better quality. Everything, from looking at the website to the quality of the articles. And I mean, I have to say, I don't want to toot our own horn, but I think that the quality was pretty good anyway.
No, it was. Yeah, sorry. I don't want to be...
No, I'm not saying that. I just want to take every opportunity I can to stroke our own egos.
Yeah. No, God. Fair enough.
So, it was pretty good before, but it's going to be damn good now. So we're all really excited about it, and you can check it out at the same URL, dictatethegame.com. Did I just sound old as I am right there when I said that?
No, you're fine.
Okay, good. Because we found out, I don't know if we found out on or off the podcast last week that I'm the oldest, and I was made to feel old by the rest of you guys. I think that was off the podcast.
Yeah, I think we were just talking about Luke being born after you guys started playing Football Manager or something like that, and we just kind of I am one of the younger ones. I think me, Ben, Luke, and Ryan and Sam are kind of the younger cohort. But I still feel like I'm not the youngest, maturity wise. So I feel like I'm I'm in my friendship group at home. I'm known as Dad because whenever we go out drinking, I'm always the one that kind of has one less drink, and I'll just kind of make sure everyone's okay and make sure we get to the bus stop all right, and so I've got a bit of a dad vibe. So.
Well, there's a big difference.
Kids or anything like that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think that. Yeah, there's no. Well, not that I have kids either, but I have the the dad vibe here because I found out and it really hit home last week that I'm 37 and you guys are 20.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No,
yeah.
You didn't mean to? No, nobody ever means to on the podcast, do they?
No, we don't bully us all. It's like I've just offered to get some really cool little. I got a message back from that guy, by the way, about the cartoon style images that we were going to get done.
Oh yeah, we're going to have some cool cartoon avatars of ourselves, which is going to be really really neat. So that's another cool thing for the website.
Yeah, I feel like if we do a bit more kind of a professional stuff with it, like it'd be quite nice for us to have our own like kind of branding and stuff. Like we've got the website, but being able to, again, like having the podcast helps us like personify each writer. Whereas if we've got like a little kind of nice image done and like we've got kind of like a style, then it helps for like delivery and things like that. So yeah, I got in contact with him. He seems like a nice guy. Hopefully, he said he's a bit busy at the moment, so it might be a bit later on, but hopefully I'll be able to get that sorted.
So as you're looking at the stream, we're looking through the website right now. I mean, you're going to have everything that you normally liked about Dictate the Game, but a couple of new cool things. Store is going to be here. We're going to have a store coming pretty soon. I like the social media integration that's on the right side of the screen, so you're able to see the things that we've followed and retweeted on Twitter. We had a very nice tweet from the Northman on there. Find us on Facebook. You can find us on YouTube. I mean, so we're trying to make sure that everybody's knowing what we're actually doing, because we're doing a lot of things that Dictate the Game on.
Yeah, it's onwards and upwards from here. I think it's really good fun.
So are you tired today?
No, actually, I'm all right. I've had a nice little rest. I've been at home. I've been at home with my parents recently, actually.
Oh well, how's that?
Mum's birthday. It's nice actually. It's my mum's birthday tomorrow, so we're going out tomorrow to celebrate that. So I've just been at home, doing a lot of stuff for the website, doing a bit of work, playing a couple of games. But it's been good fun. Actually, do you want me? Can I just have a bit of a spiel about my Football Manager save? Is that all right?
Absolutely, go ahead.
Do you mind if I just? So, I obviously I'm managing Red Bull Leipzig, and Timo Werner is still the best player I've ever had in my entire life. Hang on, excuse me.
Whoa.
Oh, sorry. There's a bit of hay fever around. So yeah, I'm managing Red Bull Leipzig. Timo Werner tried to leave, but I basically told him to piss off. Oh, also, this is another thing. I've worked out a way that you can never lose players. This is. I don't tell anyone else this, but I've worked out a way to. When a player gets unsettled.
Yeah.
And they're always like, "Oh, I want to leave. I want to move to this club if they offer a certain amount of money."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what you do is, so for example, I had Donny van der Beek wanted to go to Spurs, and I said, okay, if they come in with a bid of 32 million, I'll sell you. And he was like, okay, fine. So what I did then was I set his asking price to £1 million.
Oh.
Okay. And then Spurs only offered £1 million because that was the asking price, and I rejected that because I'm not selling him for £1 million. And Donny van der Beek didn't get annoyed because I didn't sell him for. The offer wasn't over 32 million.
Oh, that's like a flaw in the game.
Yeah, it's really bad. I shouldn't actually take advantage of it, but I feel like I didn't want to lose him at that point. If I got offered like 32 million for him now, I'd probably say, yeah, go on, or maybe a bit more. But yeah, it's a thing you can really exploit actually on the game, which I'm not complaining about, but they might want to look into that for future games. So yeah, that was quite funny. But basically, I won the league. I came semi-finals of the German Cup. I lost the quarterfinals of the Champions League to Man United, and I was pretty confident. I had about 90 million in my budget, and I saw João Felix at Arsenal was transfer listed for 70 million pounds. So I snapped him up straight away. Very, very happy. I also signed Nikola Milenkovic from. He's at he was at Fiorentina. Yeah, do you know him?
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, he's a pretty good player, and he was valued at. I think I signed him for like 27 million, and he was already his value's gone up. Also signed Juan Miranda from Barca, and he actually was in Ben's team for the Dictate the Game Cup, and he's a really good player. But then, unfortunately, Jadon Sancho's release clause got activated.
Oh, and you couldn't pull any tricks.
No, I couldn't because they just offered 82 million up front. And there was nothing I could do, and I was a bit sad.
Oh man!
But I'll sign him back in a couple of years when Bayern don't play him properly. So he was so good for me. He played one season, 31 games, 10 goals, 6 assists, 7.16 average rating. Like, he was a really good player for me. He played really in Europe. He scored 8 goals in 10 games.
So how are you compared to the juggernauts in Germany in your FM world? So is it you on top all the time? Is Bayern still scratch? How about Dortmund? I'm going into the 4th season, and last season Bayern finished 4th and Dortmund finished 8th. So it's been a bit of a shake-up in Germany. Oh wow!
Bayern have now got Klopp in charge. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they had. They've got Klopp in charge now. He's been there for about half a season. He took over at the end of last season. Dortmund, I don't really know what happened to Dortmund. They've still got quite a lot of good players. They've got a guy called Hans Wolf in charge. No idea who he is. He used to be a manager of Hamburger and Stuttgart, and he was actually the under-19s manager of Dortmund back in the day. So. They've still got Royce, they've still got Goetze, they've still got De Hoos, they've still got Isaac and stuff like that. So they've got some good players. I just don't know what happened to them. Mainz came 2nd and Schalke came 3rd, and then Bayern and then Frankfurt. Hertha Berlin did quite well actually, and I think they'll do quite well next season. And for the season preview, oh Jesus Christ!
Oh, here he goes. He's having
it's just hay fever. For the season preview, Bayern are the favourites at 3-2, and then I'm at 5-2, and then Dortmund are at 3-1. So it is looking quite close for the top 3 there at least.
Well, I can tell you what's happening in German football. It's a phenomenon called the Dom Low effect.
Yeah, I always find it interesting that because I look on Facebook and whatever, and I'll see this guy's got. He's got Salford to the Premier League and the Champions League, and some guy's got, West Ham to the Champions League in one season. And it's just like, the game it can't be realistic. There is no way in hell that this game should be considered realistic.
Yeah, but the ultimate cheat is stopping and starting when you lose a game, though.
Oh, yeah.
So, come on.
I used to do that when I was... I will happily admit that I used to do that when I was younger. I was very young, very naive, very bad at the game. Didn't really understand anything. I had a Football Manager 2012 save. That was my first year, and I was managing Tottenham, and I signed Raphael Varane for 90 million plus 100 million in instalments because I had the money for it, and I had no concept of finances or anything like that. So I just signed anyone for any money I had, and and I had to win everything to pay for it all. So I had to save and reload for it all. And I was like,
yeah. That's the old save and reload. Well, I'm happy that the Dom Low effect has taken over Germany because it needs it. It needs a shake-up in the game.
Germany,
Bayern is a dominant force in the game, so it's good you can go in there.
It was quite funny because they got to the Champions League final against United actually, and they lost that obviously because they've lost quite a lot of good players. They signed Klosterman from me as well, didn't they? But they lost Tolisso, Lozano. Who else did they lose? Oh, I signed Julian Weigl, whoever his name is, as well. They've lost quite a lot of big players, and they've got quite an aging squad, I think. So I've always been a bit like, well, they're going to fall off at some point unless they actually rebuild. And because they stole Sancho off me, I decided to sign one of their players. His name is Dennis Simonsen. I will send you a screenshot of the player. Okay. And I'll let you know what I think. I'll put it in the Discord.
All right.
Yeah?
We'll show it to everybody. We'll let everybody know.
Yeah, let everyone see what they think.
All right.
Have you seen him?
I have not seen him. Hold on. Here he comes. Oh, there he is right there. So let's take a look at Dennis Simonsen. Oh, wow. Well, hang on a second. Oh, there you are.
Sorry?
No, I said, wow. That looks like a good player to me.
Yeah, I signed him for 5 million, I think it was.
Oh, wow.
Fine. Yeah.
See, they got too many. They got too many players. They're not paying attention.
Yeah, I'm very happy to sign him. I've got quite a good. I'm doing a save. Part of the Leipzig save is to do a bit about youth development, and I feel like he's going to be a really good player to kind of steady the ship, and he's going to be my absolute rock in the centre. I've got another player called Ronnie Gotts. And he's a good centre mid / defensive midfielder. He was in my article actually, and hopefully those two will become quite a nice pairing in the centre. So yeah, he looks incredible, doesn't he?
Yeah, he looks great. He looks great.
And I'm paying 17k per week, but actually he'll probably break into my first team this season. So
I was going to say, I mean, he's at 2.5 stars already.
Yeah, I've obviously got Yao Felix, but he's going to be playing Cam. Van der Beek will probably be playing next to him, but I've got players like Rafinha from Barca. I got him on a free last year, and he's now worth 38.5 million. I'll probably sell him. I might even sell him this summer. I haven't decided yet. But I've got Matheus Fernandes from the Brazilian leagues as a defensive midfielder. He's been quite good. But yeah, no, I mean, I've got a really good. My youth squad is just disgusting. You know, when you say like, you know, Guy does a lot about the statistics and Luke does a lot about the story, and
right.
Ehor does a lot about kind of like just kind of a general stuff. My key niche area is definitely youth development, about nurturing talent and things like that. So,
well, see that's exciting for the new stories that are coming along with your saves. And speaking of another one of your articles, I do want to talk about in depth about the Writers Cup. The first season introduction is coming up. But first, well, yeah, I know it's gonna be a good talk. So, want to let everybody know though, the brand new DictateTheGame.com is online right now. You can check it out at DictateTheGame.com. We've been looking at it. A very cool new website, but the same stuff that you love throughout the old website. New articles Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at DictateTheGame.com. Also, we have the podcast, of course, which you're listening to now, which you can watch live on Twitch, being recorded at noon on Saturdays at British Standard Time, and then we'll have it live for you on our YouTube channel at 6 o'clock on Sundays. So you can check that out every week. And the store will be coming with merchandise for DictateTheGame.com. I'm finally going to be able to get something cool on my back wall, so my back wall doesn't look so boring to everybody. I put a...
the thing...
I put a no, that's all right. I put a kind of Japanese themed barrier in back of me.
That's quite good, actually.
Yeah, but other than that, I have nothing. So I'm gonna have to get some free stuff from Ryan to be able to put on the back wall for promotion's sake.
Just free merch, yeah, do it. That'll be fun.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've always thought a bit like merch from a like random ass YouTube or website or whatever, it always seems to be a bit kind of cringy. I've always kind of thought like if you plaster something with your logos and stuff, I just don't think it actually looks very good. Like I'd rather make, this is the thing I've said to Ryan about the merch, is that I'd rather make content quality merch as well as have it, like I'm not as fussed about it being plastered with Dictate the Game or anything like that. I'd rather make good quality merch, or like at least for stuff that's like, if you're gonna make a funny t-shirt, make it funny, don't make it like just kind of cringy, because I feel like that's often a problem. Is Ben not in the Discord?
Ben was around. He was saying that he wanted to jump on, but
he's asking about it. I've just sent him a link.
All right, so
but there was I remember seeing there was a t-shirt that was done a while ago, and it was something to do with like current ability and potential ability.
Oh yeah.
Like something like that. It was quite an easy job. But I thought it looked really good, and I thought it was kind of like a nice, you know, casual t-shirt. Like I'm not saying you have to buy like specific stuff, but something like let me show you. Oh, there's actually like a full Football Manager merch website. Oh wow, have you seen this?
No. What's the whole? Send it to me.
I'll drop you a link. We're just going to go through other people's merch now. This is our market research. We do it on the podcast,
sure.
So you guys get to see exactly what we're doing. But yeah, I've just found this is the current ability, potential ability thing I saw. That looks quite good. Hello.
Hey Ben, it's
Hello. So we're actually, what we're doing right now is we are looking through other merch websites to see.
Cool. Okay.
It's quite good actually. I feel like we've found some good stuff. They've got some like actual tracksuits for like 50 quid, and I'm like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But there's like some nice casual t-shirts. I said that I really would like a mug that does like a scout report style on a coffee or like on a tea or something like that.
So like an ability.
So like you know how you've got like the pros and cons and like the number rating and all that kind of laid out. But I'd like it on a mug, and then it'd be about coffee or something like that. I think that'd be cool.
Here we are, guys, by the way. We're on the website now. We're on the website now that Dom was talking about. You can see it on the video cast, and there's the current ability, potential ability t-shirt. See, that's cool.
They do baby grows. Oh my god! They do Product Youth Academy baby grows. Oh, that's so cute.
Were you planning on having a baby sometime soon?
Now I am. Now because I've seen these. I'll talk to the missus. She'll say.
There they are right there. Yeah, product is going to be
baby
Kelly
grows.
green, dusty blue. See, I'm not sure that our website is going to be this advanced right away. But
No. It'll probably be like a t-shirt or a mug. Maybe a mouse mat. I don't know. I think like a mouse mat would be quite good. Because I feel like I lost my mouse mat ages ago. I had to buy a new one. And it's a bit rubbish. So I wouldn't mind a new one.
There's a waistcoat T-shirt that I'm looking at right now. That's pretty
disgusting.
cool. That's pretty cool. See, but you could wear that to a formal affair, though. You could wear that to like someplace that if you're going to go out with the missus, you could wear that to the dinner.
Yeah, wear that and wear a blazer over it, and no one will be able to tell the difference.
Absolutely. I mean, it's just something you could just throw on if you needed to, in the case of emergency.
I'm not entirely sure that would work in a real situation, but we could give it a go.
Yeah, but you can pretend you're like Spider-Man at that point. You got your special outfit underneath, and you have and whatever your special outfit might be, it's up to you. But you could put that on underneath, and then just whip off your waistcoat FM T-shirt, and you're ready to go. So we should consider that for the website.
We're not encouraging you guys to buy this merch. We're just saying this is merch that we find funny, and we're going to make something similar.
No, we're just letting you know that this is the kind of thing that you can enjoy at DictateTheGame.com, but only at DictateTheGame.com because we want to give us your money. And I say that in the nicest of ways because it's something that we would appreciate. And something that
I like money. Yes,
we need. So if you would be so kind as to do that, that would be wonderful. Thank you very much. So
the thing is that none of us have ever been paid for this before.
No.
Ryan's been getting a little bit of ad money previously, and now that we've taken off recently, we're like, okay, this is why we moved to the new website, because actually WordPress took 85% of our ads or something ridiculous like that. So we kind of thought, well, actually, if we're going to write good content, then we should be getting some rewards for it. I think that's entirely fair enough. And
sure.
Hopefully this will add to that. And, mostly the merch will be basically me, my girlfriend, my brother, and that. But if you guys want merch, go take it. Please take it.
I might have designed a couple of T-shirts that we could use. I don't know.
You did, didn't you?
I might have, yeah.
Did you?
I did, yeah, I did.
I didn't know about that.
Yeah,
I did.
They looked all right, actually.
Yeah, I gave them off to Ryan. I won't show them right now because I don't know if I'm allowed to show them or not, but they're pretty cool.
They were very, like I said, they were very, it wasn't that they were showy and flashy. They were very discreet, but very kind of professional and very nicely made and stuff. So I much prefer that. I don't like big T-shirts with Supreme or whatever written on them. I like kind of nice T-shirts. So
yeah, see,
I feel like Football Manager kind of approach it the people that play Football Manager are in the same kind of boat.
It's like a minimalist thing, and you didn't know that I am also a fashion designer in the United States. So
are you?
Well, you can tell by looking at me, can't you? On the stream. I mean, listen to me.
Yeah,
I'm wearing a Boston Celtics jersey today, and I threw a hat on because my hair was just absolutely. I looked like I just rolled out of a gutter somewhere.
I feel like we need to get you some decent hair products or something like that.
Well,
if we did a Secret Santa,
okay,
and I got you, I'd probably buy you a really good comb or something like that.
Oh, thank you.
Just so you can sort your hair out.
Yeah, well,
we do this a bit early for you. I do. Yeah.
You don't think? I'm wearing a hat today, so I mean, it's not really. Visible. No, I mean, and I did that on purpose because I said, you know what, I want to make sure that Dom approves of my hair today because
I appreciate that.
Yeah, it was really that's what it was. So speaking of whatever we were speaking of, I don't know what we were speaking of. But
speaking of that,
why don't we do this? Why don't we talk about the Writers Cup? Because I think this is really cool.
Let's talk about the Writers Cup.
And I am going to go to the brand new website as you guys are watching and go to the great new layout and check out the brand new layout for the story of the Writers Cup Season 1. So you can check this out at the website, DictateTheGame.com. Look at that format. Look at how wonderful that looks. That is something.
It does. The new website does look really.
That is something. I don't like what I'm looking at right now, where it says Week 1 fixtures: Guyern Munich 1, Eric St. Petersburg 2. I don't like that, but I do like the way it looks. So walk us through, and Ben, you jump in whenever you want. Yeah, it's very cool. So jump in whenever you want, Ben.
I've only just looked at it for the first time.
What, the graphics I did?
No, not necessarily the graphics. Actually, the new website actually.
You haven't.
Up. I mean, I've been in the dashboard before, but I haven't actually been on the website before.
Oh, what are you, mate? You're living in the past. This is the new and the now.
No, I'm just updating to I'm just familiarising myself with everything that's happening now.
There is a lot to take in.
So that is a genuine. So that's a genuine reaction that you just heard from Ben when he looked at the website for the first time, and he was shocked by it. Wow, he said. So you got to go to the website, check it out.
So first fixture was Guyern Munich versus Ericsson Petersburg. That was played on Twitch, and then it was also on the YouTube. So it was quite a good game. I feel like Eric's tactic definitely made up for the lack of his quality of players. But I feel like it was pretty even. What's quite nice is that most of the games so far have been fairly evenly matched. I was a bit worried that some teams were just going to absolutely romp other teams. But most of the games so far were pretty close, except for one, which was the next game. And yeah, it was 1-0. Firmino scored a great goal. I think I've clipped the Twitch, the moment when Eric conceded. I think if you open it up, actually, Eric, because it is quite funny. It's the little Twitch link just below.
I'm on it right now. Here we go.
Yeah, and you just kind of go, "Oh no!"
it's rolling.
Really funny.
Here we go. Yeah.
Have we got anything on the site about it?
About what?
Out of that game, because I'm on Dictate the Game Cup, and I could find Season 1 introduction.
Yeah.
Is that what it's on?
Yeah, all of that's in there. There's Twitch clips and YouTube videos and all sorts of stuff in there.
Perfect.
You know where Guyern Munich versus Ericsson Petersburg is? There's a little box. There's a Twitch clip there, which is a very, very funny moment where Eric and Guy react to what happened.
I just played it on the stream, but we'll play it again because it is that bad.
Oh, sorry, we're talking over it.
That's all right. It is that. It is that bad. Here we go. Going long. Ugh. Uh-oh. Oh, no. Oh, no.
Oh, he's in.
Oh!
That was the most disgusting goal you ever seen.
So as Guy said in there, that was the most disgusting goal you'll ever see. And it was pretty bad. So
it was pretty bad.
That's how.
How did any post-match feedback from you? Did you think that it was a good game? Are you feeling confident going into the next round? You know, how are we feeling for the upcoming rest of the tournament?
Well, see, the thing is I don't want to tip my hand, but I mean, I do think that the tactic performed well with the team that I had. So I don't want to say that I'm going to use that tactic in my next match against Sampdoria, because I might just switch it up, because I don't want to tip my hand and say this is what I'm going to do. But I like the way that the tactic performed. I like the statistic. I just didn't like the result.
Yeah, you've got Sampdoria next week, and you were the two teams that lost. So this will be a big game in deciding who finishes where, won't it?
And we're in Group A, so if you look at the groups again, here are the groups. Group A is Eric, Guy, Pelham, and Sam. Group B is Ben, Dom, Luke, and Ryan. Group B.
That's a tough.
That's
group.
A really tough group.
It was completely random, I swear. But the original idea was just to do a straight knockout, and it was Eric versus Guy, Pelham versus Sam, me versus Ryan, Ben versus Luke. And actually, we figured we'd play a couple more games, so you guys kind of get more of a feel for the teams, and it becomes a bit more than just one article. So we decided to turn it into two groups, and I just basically collected the two sides of the knockout stages and turned them into groups. So it's purely random. I swear I didn't want to be in the same group as Ben and Ryan, so that happened.
Yeah, that would have been suspect. That would have been suspect if you would have done that. So the next game is the same. Yeah. It's from Group A. We're talking about Sampdoria and Pelham North End. I didn't get a chance to see this, so you can check it out on YouTube.
It's not on YouTube, but we've just got some highlights.
Oh, we got some highlights. Okay, so
there'll be some. There's a clip actually built into the website now, which just shows some of the highlights from the game. I think it was 4-1 to Pelham North End.
All right, so let's check it out.
You can watch. There's no sound, so we can kind of talk over it.
Oh, okay.
I'm assuming you're watching it right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Cavani got the opening goal, and then I don't know which bit you're at, but I'm just kind of watching it.
Yeah, I'm just watching it as we're going. So we can just go ahead.
I mean, Coutinho's just scored an absolute free hit. And I mean, he's playing Szczesny in goal. So what do you expect? Oh, this is the Stones goal. If you're watching the Stones goal, it's absolute beauty. Volleyed it from a corner and goes in. Oh, it's a quality goal. And then who else scored? Oh, did Cavani get? Cavani got a second, I think. Cavani's second goal was quite nice. Very, very slick. And Douglas Costa scored quite a nice goal in the last minute. He kind of ran from basically halfway inside their half, ran forward took about 5 touches and just buried it. Great goal, top bins.
3 single goals been straight at the goalkeeper.
The last one wasn't.
Oh, the last one. Okay, I haven't seen the last one.
But yeah,
all of the others are straight.
Yeah, keeping hasn't been great in that game, but maybe they were a bit nervous because obviously it was the last game of the group stage. But yeah,
there's a lot of pressure going on.
So Eric, Sam played a 4-4-2.
Yeah.
Sam's got. Oh no, that's not Sam's team. Sam played a 4-3-4-5-1 or whatever. I was going to say Sam's got a fantastic team. He's got Pogba and Casemiro and Cavani and Dig. I was like, oh, wait, that's Pelham. He's got quite a good team. He's got Sterling, Sane, and Salah, so that's quite a good front three. His back is Skriniar and Witzel's probably a bit risky, and Szczesny's obviously a bit of a risk. So I think you could beat him if you play well.
Okay. I'll have to scout this later on. I'm going to scout this video later on. We're playing it right now as we're talking, but I'm going to scout it out.
Yeah, that's a good idea. The next game was bullshit. It was actually just a joke. Yeah, I lost to Ryan, but I should not have lost by 2 goals. Basically, Ronaldo, he was in he was playing Laporte's back pocket for the entire game. He was my main concern. I was like, as long as Ronaldo doesn't score, I don't mind. Rodriguez scored from about 25 yards out, went near post and beat David De Gea. I was like, are you kidding? How am I? What? That's not fair. How am I supposed to? I was just fuming. And then I started Dzeko. Let me just explain this because I've got Dybala playing right attacking midfield. I had Lukaku and I had Lacazette on the bench. But I figured I'd start Dzeko and Lewandowski because Dzeko is taller than Bonucci and Ramos. He's actually still faster than Bonucci and Ramos. And I just wanted like a big presence. And Lukaku I just think is a bit rubbish. Like his first touch isn't good enough against those kind of players because they're too technically good. So I fancied playing Dzeko over Lukaku. And Lewandowski's just kind of broken in this game. I've also just noticed I had Dybala and Dzeko both at number 10. But that's anyway, I'll fix that for next time. And then I had 3 clear-cut chances.
No, I can see
3! And Buffon had the best game I've ever seen of a goalkeeper in my entire life. Genuinely, I had about 4 or 5 one-on-ones and he saved all of them. And I had like tap-ins, and I missed them all and I was fuming. And then Andy Robertson, plays a crossfield ball to Bale, who was actually playing on the right, not the left. And then you tap in from 5 yards. It was like, what? How? What? Ryan, he's laughing to himself right now if he's listening to this because he knows he got away with murder that day. Absolute murder. Good luck in your next game, Ben, because it's you versus Ryan, and then it's me. We're playing on the last day.
I have no chance whatsoever.
No, you've got a good team. I think you'll be all right, but you just got to get used to your team and play a good game against it. If you're going to play a good game against anyone, make sure it's against Ryan instead of me, because my team is good, but I have bad luck when it comes to these kind of things. Whereas, but yeah.
And speaking of
14
bad,
on target and none of the goals.
Yeah, 14 shots on target, and that was the likes of, Lukaku, Lacazette, Dybala, Lewandowski. Like, they're not bad players.
Yeah.
But Buffon just had a fucking field day. Excuse my French, but
was that French?
I was. Yeah.
Okay.
No, it's just a saying that my parents always used to say.
No, I know. I'm just kidding. I got it. All right, I got it.
Wait, what?
Was all of it just like counter-attacking with Ryan? Because he has Bellerin and Robertson as fullbacks, and you had like 4 strikers. So was it just all you just hitting loads of shots? And
It really wasn't. It really wasn't. It was quite a lot. The midfield was quite like Rakitic and Roberto versus De Bruyne and Decore was quite a big good. There was a lot in there between those 4. But it wasn't particularly like. Well, the second half he definitely sat back, and I was peppering his goal, and then he just randomly. It wasn't even a counter because it wasn't like I didn't have any players back. I had loads of players back, but Robinson literally just played it over everyone's head, and Bale just ran in and scored. And I was like, oh, all right. But yeah, he's got a really strong team. And it's a bit like, when like some people say, oh, when you've got a team like that, it doesn't matter who manages them, they'll probably win. He's got such a strong, goalkeeping, defence, midfield and attack. So therefore, it doesn't need to be managed. It just needs to be kind of, you guys kind of do what you want. You know what I mean? So it was... I mean,
all of our teams are pretty strong, really. Like, you had Dybala,
I had
Lewandowski, Lukaku. I mean, he's looked a little bit stronger.
Yeah,
it looks a little bit stronger. But is that the kind of tactic you play your save as well, like with 4 forwards?
I'm not often blessed with having 4 forwards. Normally I play a 4-2-3-1. But because I had so many strikers, I felt like I would have probably played. I've got Di Maria and I've got Thomas Lemar, who I often play on the right instead. But Dybala, I just fancied playing against Robertson. Just because I think that he might be a bit better against Robertson, but I don't know. And I fancy playing 2 up top because I wanted to put pressure on Ramos and Panucci. I might switch to a 4-2-3-1, and I might put Dybala in at cam and then play Lewandowski up front. I don't know. I haven't decided yet.
I think that's a good idea. I mean, what's really surprised me when I looked at Dybala, because I looked him up briefly when they were talking about the United swap and stuff. He only scored 5 goals in Serie A last season.
Did he?
Yeah, he only scored 5.
In how many games?
How many? Let me have a look. I think he played a lot of games.
Blimey.
Yeah, he was kind of being played out of position.
Yeah, to be fair, obviously they had Higuain, and I feel like he kind of... Did they have Higuain? And Ronaldo, yeah.
Yeah. Well, they didn't have Higuain for the whole thing. He went to Chelsea, remember? But,
oh, yeah, that's true. But
yeah. So it's in 24 starts and 6 sub-appearances. He only had 5 goals.
That's not great. How many assists did he have?
4, which isn't too bad, actually.
Not great.
His overall rating seems quite good, but I think United and Juventus would just be swapping 2 to completely different players because Lukaku's just an out-and-out goal scorer who's a bit rubbish at everything else, whereas Lukaku's like a really creative player who links well with forward players but actually doesn't score that many goals. Well, actually, he has in other seasons, but not last season.
I feel like how are you going to get Lukaku and Ronaldo into that team together?
Yeah.
Because I feel like Lukaku will want to play as the centre forward.
Definitely.
And Ronaldo will have to play off of him. And it's like, well, is Ronaldo going to want to do that? I feel like it will be an interesting dynamic there. But I feel like it could work quite well. But I don't think Ronaldo's going to want to share the limelight.
No. Well, we'll see how Sarri Ball does at Juventus this time.
It'll just be like, Ronaldo will just be like, oh, I don't want Lukaku to play, and Sarri will just be sat there with his cigarette like,
okay,
do you honestly think I give a shit?
Yeah.
You're playing, and that's fine.
Right.
Oh, it'd be brilliant.
So I want to make...
that's... Oh, go on.
I want to make sure that before we run low on time, I want to make sure that we talk about the other match that we have here, which involves which was BENfica and RB Lukezieg. Now, we thought that we were going to see the score more tactic, but I think we saw a variation of that with Luke. I don't know necessarily why he needs to go so offensive all the time, but if we're looking at the lineups right now, Luke is on the right, Ben is on the left. 3 forwards from Luke.
Sorry, one sec.
I feel like playing 3 up front is always a bit cheaty, almost in Football Manager, because I think there's something in the code which really struggles to deal with having 3 strikers on the pitch. So, I mean, I don't think he actually fully played that tactic for the whole thing. I think he might have just played it for a bit of it, and that was the tactic I saw, so I put that into the thing. But it's... I mean, if it worked, he scored 2 goals against a really good team, so fair enough.
Yeah, the thing. Well, I used to find three up top worked really, really well, but then it often goes the other way, and it often goes the other way. If you can't play loads and loads of balls up the top, there's almost no way to not leave yourself open to counterattacks. But I don't think what I played really clicked at all. He should have won.
Yeah,
Honestly.
I was quite surprised by your positioning of Messi and Matuidi and Modric, and I feel like you had too many starlets and you tried to play them all rather than play them in their best positions.
What's worth remembering is that the screenshot isn't actually how I started it at all. How I started it might have actually been worse.
Oh, really? Well, how did you start?
Yeah, I started with Messi on the left, because Messi's at centre mid on that screenshot. So I started with Messi on the left, Icardi up front, Morata came off the bench and scored. Mbappe on the right, Mane with Isco in the centre mid. And Mane with Isco. I thought it would work because I put Mane as an attacking Mezzala, so I thought that might work. But it didn't work.
I feel like your tactic should be to start Messi, and then bring Mane off the bench in the second half. Because especially if you're playing against Ryan, right? This is a good tactical check. Is that Ramos and Bonucci will be absolutely shattered by the time they're done with. If you play if you just play Morata up front, then Bonucci and Ramos will have a field day because it's just 1-on-2. Or if you at least played a Cam or something like that to put a bit of pressure on them, and then bring Mane off the bench, and then I'm just saying I think that would be a good position against him because his fullbacks are really strong. So I think you have to go through the middle against him. And I know it's Ramos and Bonucci, and they're two of the greatest players of all time, but they're old, they're tired, they're weak and frail. Like, you need to just put pressure on them. Who have you got left back and right back other than Matuidi and Milinkovic-Savic?
Matuidi was actually my player of the match, I think.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, Matuidi.
Okay.
But who else have I got? Left back, not very much. I've got that young guy from Barcelona B.
Oh, Miranda, yeah.
He looks really good, actually. I might play him.
I actually signed him for my Football Manager save recently. He was transfer listed for 9 million, and then I signed him and his value shot up to 20.5.
Oh, shit, really?
So he's actually looked really good. So, but, you know.
What I had like straight after the game, I then looked at what team do I want next game because this team isn't working, and what I thought was Mane on the left, Mbappe on the right, and Messi up top. But
that would work. Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah.
Or even Messi and Cam and Morata up top. I feel like Messi as a good trequartista would be quite strong against him, but I don't know.
Yeah, that could work as well. I basically used the same formation in basically everything in my save, but I might think about it.
I feel like this is the tournament where you need to mix it up against people and really throw people off. I might even play 5 with the back against Luke and play wingbacks because that would be so wingbacks are really quite good against 3 up top.
Well, yeah, and there's nothing. If he runs the same tactic, then he's got nothing on the sides, basically.
Yeah, and I'll play I could even play a 4-4-2, but play with wingbacks and wide attacking midfielders, and just push those guys forwards and really put pressure on his wings. But I don't know because he's got Hysaj and Hector who aren't great, but I feel like Luke he did score 2 goals to be fair. But what happened with it crashed after 1-0, didn't it, or something? That was what happened?
That was the first game. I mean, the first game was actually going fine for me. Who's that? Anyway, the first game was going fine for me. I just went 1 up, and then Luke got a player sent off, so I would have definitely won that game. But Luke got a player sent off, and then sometimes it just crashes when a player gets sent off.
Right.
I've had that before in the league I was in, but it's something that I fear other people will face if players get sent off. It doesn't always happen, but his touch is quite buggy.
Who was sent off?
Havertz.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, and that's why for Luke, and that's why Havertz didn't play in the second game. So we just agreed that he's banned and I'm 1 up. So the second game was actually 2-2.
Yeah. Okay. Because I said if players get sent off, then they're banned for the next game. But I don't know how to do that because obviously he was banned for that game. So I think I'll let him play Havertz against me. But if he scores, I'll play him. So.
I wouldn't have done that because like that counts as the same game, doesn't
True.
it? 3-2.
All right, fine. I'll have it play. I'll tell Luke that. That's fun. I think me and Luke are actually gonna play the game on the YouTube or Twitch or something like that because I feel like the me and Luke rivalry is quite strong, and actually it'd be quite funny because I feel like I'd like to think I'm better at Football Manager than him, mainly because I just play it more, but. I don't know. I feel like he always ends up playing like weird teams that they just do quite well. When you're like, how's that fair? How is that fair?
I actually have no idea how good he is.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, when you play poker against someone who's never played poker and you don't know if they're lying because they don't even know.
Oh, yeah.
It's like you're playing against someone blind, drunk, and with one leg, and it's like, well, what am I supposed to predict here?
See, you better never miss the podcast because if you miss a podcast, you get hammered on this show.
Yeah, sorry, Luke.
So moving forward, so we're looking at the tables now. We have Group A with Pelham North End leading, Guyern Munich second, me, Eric St. Petersburg third, and Sampdoria on goal differential in fourth. And Group B, Ryan Brownpool FC up top, BENfica coming up second on goal differential, RB Lukezieg third, and Domcaster Rovers, I'm sorry to say, fourth. On
it's all right. I'm not too worried.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm aiming to get Guy in the knockout round, or you. I'll take Eric. I don't want Pelham in the knockout round. Basically, as long as I don't get Pelham, I'll be all right. I think Pelham's going to win it. And I still think after that first week, he's definitely a favourite. I feel the next round it worked out quite weirdly that basically the top two were playing each other and the bottom two are playing each other in both groups. So this will really shake up like the like who's the best team, who's the worst teams. It will definitely like segregate into like that.
It's going to shake out.
But I definitely think Pelham. I feel like Ben's still got a really Ben and Ryan. Those are the three. Pelham, Ben, and Ryan are my three for at least two of those. Well, two of those will be in the final spots, I reckon.
So we'll try to get as many of these as we can up on YouTube or on Twitch live, but I'm looking forward to, if you look at week 2's in Group A, Pelham and Guy is going to be a great match. That's going to be a really great match. So I'm really looking forward to that. Of course, you were talking about you, Dom, and Luke, which is always the rivalry.
That would be the wooden spoon battle, I think.
Yeah, that's the rivalry.
Like the best quality game. But I feel like the rivalry there is a bit like a Brighton Crystal Palace. It's not going to be the greatest game of football, but there'll be passion. Okay? There'll be passion,
yes. And hopefully we can get that one on Twitch or on YouTube too. So,
yeah.
Do we have any... So we'll keep checking out the website and keep checking out the social media as we're wrapping up here on the podcast. But keep checking out social media because we're going to do our best to be able to let you guys know ahead of time if the games are going live or when they're going to be available on YouTube, so you guys can check them out live, because it is quite fun to check them out live and to see kind of what's going on in the heads of some of these guys that you read every week and seeing what they're doing, because it's to be honest with you, what's going on in the heads of some of the guys that write for DictateTheGame.com is scary. To be able to get into the heads of it, like Luke for one.
Well, we'll see it when we play. Either I feel like it's gonna either be basically I whitewash him or he whitewashes me. I'm pretty sure, and I really don't know which way it's gonna go. I'm a bit worried.
That one I really want to be able to see on Twitch or on YouTube, and I want to be able to. And I think
we agreed when we were going to play it, but I think it's sometime this week.
Okay.
I feel like it might be Tuesday.
All right, so I am going to. I don't care what time it is in the United States. I'm going to get up to be able to watch that.
All right. We'll probably do it in the afternoon, evening kind of time.
All right.
Because obviously Tuesday, most people have work.
Yes.
Most. So.
All right. So what did we learn today, guys?
I learned that you can get baby grows for Football Manager.
All right.
That's what I learned.
Okay. That's good. That's a good learning experience to have. Ben, what did you learn?
How did you find that out, Dom?
On the website, on the merch website we were looking at, there was baby grows.
Was there?
Yeah.
People actually buy them.
Oh, I don't know about that, but I'm gonna get one for my kid basically when I have one.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone wearing that shirt. The one with current ability and potential ability, but your idea sounded good with the mugs.
Yeah. Thanks.
What have I learned? God, what have I learned today? I've learned what the link is for this podcast.
Yeah, well done.
I've learned the link.
I have learned that it's probably not a good idea for me to wear a tank top.
Yeah, definitely.
All right.
I mean, no. Yeah, you're fine.
Oh, thank you. All right, so, all right, everybody, have a good week. We'll see you next week. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Brand new articles on the brand new website, dictatethegame.com. And from all of us at Dictate the Game, a hearty goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.